Greetings, people. It is your Minister for Agriculture. And today we're basically going to be bringing this plant, our tomato, tied to the column. We're going to be bringing its life to an end as we make way for a new plant. Now, when this plant was put in the pot, it was part of an experiment, and that was almost 6 months ago. This plant has since produced well over 30 pounds of tomatoes, and even though it still have a few on it, we are going to pick them out, and we are going to replace it. I think it is time for that. So let's get on with it. I am very interested in finding out what the root mass looks like in that pot. So let's get on with it. All right, so we have the root ball would be in here, and of course piece in the stem. So let's see what this looks like. I believe it should have taken up the whole pot area. Wow. What you need to be mindful of is, with this plant having been in here for so long and having produced as much as it has given us well over 30 pounds of tomatoes. Putting a new plant back in this soil just like that would be very unwise. And so what I'm going to do is use a little bit of the soil from here, but I'm going to do a total refresh. Put in new planting material in here so I can set my new seedling, and hopefully we are able to get the same sort of results. Hopefully more than 30 pounds of tomatoes, and fingers crossed we are able to get it for a little over 6 months. Yeah, so we'll see how that goes. So most of this I'm not going to use back. I'm just going to take it and I'm going to put it in the stool of my provision, my grow michelle, so they'll benefit from that. I'm sure there are little nutrients in here and so in here, but based on what I want to get from the plant that's going in this, no, I'm not going to use just this soil. So what I am going to be using is a mixture. Now in here I have potting soil. It's a pro mix. I have ashes. Now I got some ashes from the River and Twine distillery. So when they burn this stuff, the ashes that they normally would discard, I got quite a bit, so that is mixed in here. And I've also mixed in cured fowl manure. That's the manure I've been using. If you have rabbit, cow, or any other pen manure once it's cured, and so you can use it as well. Now this is pretty light, so to give it a bit of body, I am going to use a bit of the regular soil, soil that I dug up from the garden. So those would be mixed together and it's going to be put in this pot. New seedling is going to be set in here. It's going to go back in that corner right there, and we'll see how it goes. Now I'm going to clean out the pot, so you notice a bit of white stuff in here. I am going to clean it out. I'm going to use a little bit of bleach, Clorox, and clean the pot before I put in my new mix. As a matter of fact, I don't think I'm going to use any of the soil that came from it. Just going to discard that. So just going to clean this out, set it, and we'll see how it goes when I am through. Yeah. All right, so our pot is clean. And maybe I should have explained why I was going to, and since has used a bit of bleach to clean the pot. Now remember, as I said, the tomato that was in here for just around 6 months, and it's possible there may have been different diseases, fungus, what have you, different things in the soil that I really do not want the new plant to have to deal with. It is that very reason I have decided to not use the old soil in the pot with the new plant. At first I was going to, but then when I gave some thought to it, I'm like, no, I'm not going to do that. So that is why the bleach was used, to ensure that the container is as sanitized as possible. And of course, I'm not using that same potting mix, that same old soil or so. I'm going to use the new mixture I have in here, set the plant in here, so it gets possibly the best environment to grow and produce as well, and maybe even better than this one did, the old one did for me. So pot is clean, that's why I use the bleach. And now I have some garden soil in this bag. I have my nice mix in here. I think it might be easier if I dump this in there and then move it into the pot. So I think I'm going to do that. Let's just dump this in here. Now, one of the problems I have is that of having big containers to mix my stuff in. So in the absence of that, we improvise. All right, let's get the seedling. All right, this is my seedling, and I have just about half the pot of soil here. I want to make sure that I am able to set as much of the seedling as possible into the soil. So I'm going to remove, pinch off these two bottom leaves, and I'm going to set it so all this is in the soil. Remember, the more of the stem you put in the soil, is the better it is for the root development, and better root development with tomatoes. You're going to have a stronger plant, and it's going to be able to produce more for you. So my seedling is here. This is my blood meal. I spoke about this already. It's organic, home certified, and I love just giving my plants a little bit of that coating, the root ball in it. So this is done. All right, it's gonna set you like so. I think that will do the trick. Now let's Alright, I think we need a little bit more. Now, part of the reason for me using potting mix is its water retention capability, and just the fact that it is in most cases well formulated to give the plant a nice boost, and then even to provide it with nutrients over an extended period of time. So I think that's it for us. Yep. So all we're going to do now is clean the pot. We're going to water this and we're going to set it in place. And that's our plant. That's our new plant that is going to be on the column, and we'll see how it goes. So that's my process. A few stones here. I'm going to remove a few of these little stones. Yep, gotta get growing. Let's plant food. Yeah, peace.